Project Ark was an entry to our 5th Outer Wilds Community Mod Jam. It's centered around an abandoned Nomai research facility built to contain and study anomalies. The theme for this jam was miniature, and all entries had to take place in a shared solar system centered around a hub station. This entry was made by the creator of the critically acclaimed mod The Box. If you'd rather play the mod for yourself, you can download it at the link in the description. Okay, so we have a nice green star, a very impossible color for a star to be. Some sort of planet, some sort of station above the planet. It looks like there's a Nomai tractor beam on there, so I could probably fly my ship over if I wanted to. But I think I'm gonna just try this warp pad first. Some signals. So like I was saying, there is a whatever the heck you call it, Nomai tractor beam. Okay, let's start with some Nomai text. Status. This facility is a Nomai anomaly research station in orbit around planetary body Emerald Reverie, primary star verdant beacon. Elevator system offline. Residual power routed to anomaly containment systems. Full power required to open doors. Requirement: 4 anomaly keys required to unlock elevator access to lower chamber. Key insertion slots detected adjacent to terminal. Directory: 4 anomaly chambers registered in ring corridor. Descriptions follow. Oh, I couldn't see this last ring at the bottom. Chamber where sound loops back unnaturally. Chamber containing crystals that bend light. Chamber with symbols that respond to observer position. Chamber where movement is replayed by a phantom double. Okay, only one of those sounds immensely creepy. Right, so I don't know where the elevator is. Is that down there, or is that related to this? Check power status. Yeah, we've done nothing to bring the power back. Menace says, if the station's systems lose power again, we can retrieve the backup battery from the abandoned structure on Emerald Reverie's North Pole. Astera says, that old site? The battery should still be functional. We left it behind intentionally. Incario says, if this station ever falls dormant, the next arrival will know where to look. Okay, so I can get a battery on the North Pole of that planet. Okay, so they said like 4 chambers. Object 4, Prism Bloom. Is this some sort of large door? And then that's the chamber? Could be. Yeah, I imagine that's how this works. Object 5, Memory Orb. I thought there were 4 objects. Object 1, Echo Cell. Object 2, Runic Wall. And back to Prism Bloom. So we were missing what, like number 3 or something? Maybe the final object is like at the end of that elevator. I imagine the signals, yeah, are all just like coming from the chambers. I can't go inside them yet, so I'm gonna ignore that for now. I think I'm gonna go back and get my ship so I can go to the planet. I wonder if there's gonna be like a reason as to why the star is green. That is a weird looking planet. Wow, this is not the North Pole at all. Probably did not need my ship for this either. The gravity here is very weak. Okay, it looks kind of like an observatory of sorts. A campfire here, which, if I'm going to start metagaming, says to me that there's going to be a time-related puzzle here. There's the battery. Phyla says we've finished moving most systems to the new orbital station. This facility will no longer be maintained. Zost says the main power cell is still functional. I recommend leaving it behind in case we ever return or another project needs it. And Cario says, agreed. I'll log its location in case it's ever needed. Okay, well, I can't imagine what else I might want to do here, so I'll just bring this back to the station. Okay, I think I see now why there's two airlocks. Because by default, this one's open to the outside and there's no way to like open it from the inside. So this way there's one that's open to the outside, the other is open to the inside. So if you show up here from the warp pad or with your ship, you can always get inside. Plus it's symmetric. Okay, so the station has power. And yeah, those doors are indeed open. And then what? This is like, yeah, this is the elevator, but it's not active. Okay, what's this one again? The Echo Cell. Is this the one where a phantom version of me mimics all my movement? I think maybe I'll go to that one after. There you go, we got a lot of signals in here. Runic walls. Right, something about symbols on the walls that respond to observation. Did that wall just... Okay, so these walls are kind of quantum. Are they even quantum, or are they just like flashing in and out of existence for no... Yeah, I'm like looking where they would be and they're disappearing. So it must be something else. Okay, there is perhaps a hint. Astera says these runic walls shift based on the observer's location. They resist static capture but react to photos. All 6 runes are marked with a color. Photograph 4 of the runes in the correct order to unlock the key. You must photograph them separately. Other runes cannot be in the same photo or the puzzle could fail. The pattern is embedded within this room. Find the clues and you'll know the color pattern to follow. Okay. I mean, sure, so we see like yellow there, red here with an arrow to the right, green, blue. I mean, so to me, I feel like that would just mean like we start with red, and that's why it sort of has like a full stop and an arrow. And then we do them, what is that, clockwise? So then green, blue, yellow. They're sort of like ascending in order as well. So, okay, like you're red, but then you're not like a diamondy looking symbol, whereas like you sort of are. Although, I guess not really. Like it doesn't really match. So sure, we get red. I've seen that standing on the opposite side of the room as the wall makes it appear. Blue. Was there a yellow one? Yellow. Well, there you go. Oh, I didn't start the puzzle. Right, so the puzzle is started now. Okay. Okay. Oh, and I'm locked in the room now. Where's the red one? Okay, so red, green. Yeah, the position isn't like necessarily the same each time. There's blue, yellow. Okay. Well, it worked. Yeah, and then so these keys all go upstairs and then that'll activate the elevator. Cool. So So I do worry that I'm gonna get like halfway done these, and then the loop's gonna reset, and then I'm gonna have to repeat them to get all the keys again. But I guess that's fine. I'll at least know how to do the puzzles. So what's this? Prism Bloom. I don't remember what that is. Astera says the Prism Bloom is a group of crystals that scatter and refocus energy beams. Cario says they behave like lenses, not mere crystals. I've rigged the room with light sensors on the left and right. When both are activated simultaneously, the mechanism should release the key. The center crystals split the light in two. You'll need to rotate each prism carefully to succeed. Sure. Okay. So left and right, we need to go to those. I guess this is sort of like the laser beam. And then I just rotate these. Seems kind of easy. Okay. I mean, we take those. Just gonna leave this here because I don't necessarily think I'm gonna finish in time. This is the runic wall. Already did that. Astera says the echo cell is a floating cube that echoes sounds. Menace says the floating cube doesn't just echo, it mimics sounds it has heard, sometimes replaying them from their original location. If you remain still, it mimics the past. If you're moving, it echoes you instead. That's cryptic. What does that mean? 4 pressure pads are connected to a mechanism. Step on them in the correct sequence. The echo cell will guide you. Match its playback exactly to reveal the key. Okay, so I didn't really understand that either, but then okay, well that's very creepy. I hear like my footsteps after I've already walked. So I'm supposed to step on these pressure pads in order. I don't get it. Yeah, I cannot tell for the life of me. I'm just stepping on this. What'd that do? What? Does it just do that sometimes? Did it come from that pad? It kind of sounded like it came from this one. But then it doesn't give me nothing. Don't understand. Maybe it was this. And now we see left or right. That was left. Nope, it was not. So first things first, we go to the planet, we get the battery. Well, yeah, it said North Pole. This kind of feels like the South Pole to me. And so far, I have not identified a timing element, so maybe that campfire is just here for the vibes. Is this the side with the open airlock? It is not. Insert the battery, and I'm going to go straight to the sound puzzle. Puzzle is started. Is that the full order? Is that why I'm confused? Because I'm expecting them to all play from the same location? Okay, that's why I thought it was I don't know why I was thinking that too, because then I was like, well, that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't ding 4 times when I step on it. Okay, so I'm just stupid. Oops. So I've read this, right? Maybe not, but sure. Yeah, it needs all 4 keys. I don't know if I read that or not, but I feel like that was made clear elsewhere. Memory orb. So what does this do? The memory orb responds to nearby life, capturing movement patterns in full detail. It feels similar to the hologram projectors we made, but less anchored. Zost says once recorded, it can recreate a ghostly version of whoever activated it. The projection mirrors your past steps exactly, down to pressure and timing. We've rigged the room with 2 distant pressure plates. A single Nomai can trigger both using the orb if they plan their moves carefully. Synchronization with your past self is the solution to revealing the key. Okay, it started. Where's my ghost at? Okay, well, I don't see my ghost anywhere. When does the ghost show up? Okay, well, seemingly the scout doesn't count. Do I need to, like... Oh, okay, start recording. I'll just stand here for a bit. It's probably good enough. Start playback. There's me. We're both stepping on the pressure plates. Is something supposed to happen now? Yes, there we go. Very cool. Okay, so I've solved all the puzzles. Now I just need to do it all again. Okay, so I'll quickly redo these puzzles. Okay. Red, green, blue, yellow. And then here, it's pretty easy. So I have all 4 keys now. Plug all the keys in, and then we should be able to use the elevator. It's kind of interesting that, like, because of course Outer Wilds has a time loop as one of its central mechanics. And of course, I don't expect all mods to use the time loop in their puzzle design. But it kind of feels like, especially in a mod like this, that it sort of works against the mod. Because you just sort of like arbitrarily, like, you know, I did 2 of the puzzles, but then the loop reset, so then I have to just quickly repeat them again afterwards. I don't know if that acts against the mod or if it does just sort of add like a slight bit of maybe strategy, you know, where it's spend the first loop figuring out the puzzles and then the second loop doing all of them quickly. I guess we'll see what the elevator does. A lot of dead plants. Oh yeah, unidentified signal. Suppose I just go up the stairs. Oh my word. It's the most dangerous and abhorrent anomaly of them all. The box. Phyla says we have no classification for this object. It resists analysis. Mass fluctuates. Field containment is holding for now. Astera says I've designated it as the box. Anything placed inside becomes inaccessible. Even light does not return. Zost says the stasis field is controlled manually from the upper platform. I urge caution. We do not fully understand what this thing does. Cario says if this ever destabilizes, the consequences might extend beyond this station. Alright, let's open that up. I sealed myself inside the box. So I had heard that this was a prequel mod, or a sequel mod, or somehow associated with the box cinematic universe. I thought they were just joking, but no, this is indeed a prequel to the box. We've been given a lot of lore, a lot of interesting backstory. This mod really makes me think of the box in an entirely different light. So that was Project Ark, with a shocking twist ending revealing it to have been a prequel to the box all along. I think the main strength of this mod was the space station setting. The puzzles were kind of interesting, mostly just tasks really, but they gave a nice sense of progression to what was ultimately a pretty linear mod. Overall, quite good for a solo entry, but unfortunately I don't know if it can live up to the lasting legacy of the box, which is one of the greatest mods ever made. As for the miniature theme, I mean the planet was pretty small, right? So that counts. Okay, bye.